Welcome to PTE Mastery, Summarize Written Text. In this lesson, we'll master the art of the one-sentence summary. Have you ever looked at a summarized written text question and thought, there's no way I can fit all of this into just one sentence? Then you start typing, delete everything, and suddenly the timer becomes your biggest enemy. If that sounds familiar, don't worry. I'll show you a simple method that can immediately improve your score. Here's the first thing you need to know. This task is not testing whether you're a professional writer. It's testing whether you can identify the main idea of a passage and express it clearly in one well-written sentence. Once you understand that, this task becomes much easier. Let's quickly look at how the task works. You'll see a passage of around 200 to 300 words, and your job is to write one sentence that summarizes the entire passage. That's the key. One sentence, not two, not three. Just one complete sentence within the word limit shown in the exam. So how is this task scored? The exam checks whether you've included the main idea, used correct grammar, organized your sentence logically, chosen appropriate vocabulary, and spelled words correctly. Notice that nowhere does it say you need difficult vocabulary. Clear and accurate English always scores better than complicated English with mistakes. Now let's talk about the biggest mistake students make. Many students try to include every detail from the passage. That's not a summary. Think about it this way. If your friend asks what a movie was about, you don't explain every single scene. You simply tell them the main story. That's exactly what you should do in PTE. Here's a simple 4-step method that works for almost every question. First, read the passage to understand the general topic. Don't panic if you don't understand every word. Second, identify the main idea by asking yourself, what is the author's biggest message? Third, choose 2 or 3 important supporting points. Finally, combine everything into one grammatically correct sentence using linking words like while, because, which, that, or although. Let's look at an example. Imagine the passage discusses climate change, rising temperatures, melting ice caps, and government efforts to reduce pollution. A weak summary would be, climate change is happening, ice is melting, governments are making policies. There are 2 problems. First, it's 3 separate sentences. Second, the ideas aren't connected. Now listen to a stronger summary. The passage explains that climate change is causing rising temperatures and melting ice caps, while emphasizing that governments are introducing policies to reduce pollution and protect the environment. Everything is connected into one clear sentence, and it focuses on the main idea instead of listing random facts. Here's another important tip. Don't copy entire sentences from the passage. Using important keywords is completely fine, especially for technical terms, but your sentence should have your own structure. The exam rewards your ability to organize information, not simply copy it. Now for a funny example you'll probably never forget. Imagine the passage is about healthy eating, but your summary says, pizza makes people happy because cheese is delicious. That may be true for some people, but it's definitely not summarizing the passage. Or imagine the passage explains space exploration and your summary says, aliens are probably waiting for us. Interesting? Maybe. Correct? Absolutely not. The lesson is simple. Never add your own opinion, only summarize what the passage actually says. Now let's clear up a common myth. Many students believe that longer summaries automatically get higher scores. That's simply not true. A short, clear, and accurate summary will always perform better than a long sentence full of grammar mistakes and unnecessary details. Here's my golden tip. Write the main idea first. Don't hide it at the end of the sentence. When the examiner immediately understands the central message, the rest of your summary becomes much easier to follow. And what if you panic during the exam? It happens to almost everyone. If you suddenly feel lost, stop worrying about every difficult word. Instead, look for repeated ideas. Authors usually repeat important concepts throughout the passage. Once you identify the topic, ask yourself one simple question. What is the author trying to tell me about this topic? That answer is usually your main idea. A simple template you can remember is, the passage discusses how, while explaining that and emphasizing that. It's flexible enough to work for most summarized written text questions, but don't force it if another sentence sounds more natural. Before clicking next, do one final check. Have you written only one sentence? Did you include the main idea? Did you mention the key supporting points? Did you check your grammar and spelling? If the answer is yes, you're giving yourself the best chance of scoring well. So here's your action for today. Open any short news article, read it once, and challenge yourself to summarize it in exactly one sentence. Practice this just 5 times, and you'll quickly build the exact skill that PTE is testing. Remember, Summarize Written Text isn't about writing more, it's about writing smarter. Focus on the main idea, connect the key points, keep everything in one clear sentence, and you'll see your confidence and your score start to improve. I'll see you in the next lesson.